ध्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते यौपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं प्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओमित्येतदक्षरमुद्गीतमुपासीत ओमिति ह्युद्गायते तस्योपव्याख्यानम् we just wanted to read one or two footnotes on the page 212. The Tippanikara, that is the one who has written the footnote, has given various views on the explanation of Adesha Ekavijnanena Sarvavijnanam. The conclusion is अस्मन् मतेदु एवं स आदेश भवति यत्र वक्षित विशेषस्य उपसंहार परे। विवक्षित विशेष एवं स आदेश भवति, हे सौम्य, a good looking one, in this manner that adesha, the instruction is विवक्षित विशेषस्य उपसंहार परे. When it comes to the upasamhara, the conclusion of what is intended to be conveyed, this is the kind of adesha. Ekena mritpindena, thoda awaaz ocho kar jo. Sarv mritmem vijñātam syāt. How by knowing the earth, everything made of earth becomes known. Vakshitam is the eka vijñānena sarv vijñānam. How by knowing one thing, you know everything. Upasamhara by. So this is the introduction. Evam sadesho bhavati. To interpret the meaning of introduction or upodghata, the upasamhara also becomes helpful. What is said in upasamhara, that also helps understand what is said in upakrama or introduction. Aitad atmavidam sarvam tat satyam sa atma. The upasamhara, the conclusion is Aitad atmavidam sarvam. Idam sarvam, the whole universe has this etat, this sat or satyam as the atma. So tat satyam, that sat is truth, sa atma, that alone is the self. This is the conclusion. Idyatra कथम सर्वस्य तदात्मत्वमिति आशंकायाम. How sarvam, the whole universe cannot, Brahman is the Atma. The universe of diverse names and forms, how can that have one as the Atma? How can many have one as Atma? Iti akankshayam, when that question is, tat satyam anutam itaraditi, that one is real and the many is unreal. With reference to the gold in the many ornaments, how can there be that one gold is the Atma, the self of all variety of ornaments? Means that the gold is Satyam, that is the reality. The ornaments, the names and forms are Anutam, superimpositions. Such a tasya adhishthanam atma sarpasya rajjuhu iti. Coming back to the example, sarpasya rajjuhu, just as in case of the rajju sarpa, the rajju, the rope, is the atma, the self of the sarpa. The idea is that satyam is the atma of anritam. What is satyam? The truth is the atma of what is mithya. Snake is mithya, rope is satyam, so rope is the atma of sarpa. Iti mrushatva abhiprayah sutah eva. Such a tasya adhishthanam, that's tat or satyam. When can it be atma? When it is adhishthanam. Adhishthanam is the atma of the adhyaropa. The substratum is the self of what is superimposed. Such a tasya adhishthanam, that satyam or brahma or sat is adhishthanam of sarvam. So this idam sarvam, the entire universe, is a superimposition upon sat or satyam, and therefore it is the atma of the entire universe. Etena vacharambanam iti uktehe mithyati ashruta kalpanam. So we will accuse the Vedantins of saying that vacharambanam vikaro namadhyam. That ukti, that statement is interpreted by you as mithya. Vacharambanam means mithya. There is a ashruta kalpanam. Shruti doesn't say that. Shruti says vacharambanam. So that is dependent upon the speech. It is begun in the speech. That's what it says. And you interpret that as mithya, ashruta kalpanam. That's a kalpana which is not intended by the Shruti. That's the accusation that is made. Punarukti namdhayamatyasya nirarthata iti. Already namdhayam is said, then becomes punarukti, then that becomes meaningless. Iti parokti api pratyukta says no, vacharambanam means mithya. And it is not punarukti, it is explanation, as it says. Mritrika ityeva satyamiti savdharana shrutya karyasya ghatadehe asatyatvam shruti siddham. Mritrika ityeva satyam. In the example of the pot and the clay, the mritrika, the clay is satyam, is the truth. Iti mritrika eva satyam. Iti savdharana shrutya. There is an avdharanam evakara there. Mritrika ityeva satyam. So by the Shruti that says mritrika alone is the truth. Means other is not the truth. Mritrika alone is truth. Means other than mritrika is not truth. Meaning karyasya ghatadehe asatyatvam. The evakara says that what is other than mritrika, namely the ghata or the pot, is a satyam. Shruti siddham. Shruti herself says that. Mritrika iti eva satyam iti shabdasya prakararthatvam uktam eva. Just as mritrika is satyam with reference to a ghata, so also the upadana karana. What is prakara of the mritrika? Upadanatvam. So mritrika, what mritrika stands for what? Upadanatvam, upadana karanatvam. So wherever upadana karanam is satyam and the karya is mithya. The namadheya padam is punarukti. If Vacharambhanam is interpreted as Mithya, then Namadhaya also means the same thing. Is it simply a repetition? So says Namadhaya Padam Vikarasya Namatratvam. Namadhaya means Namatratvam. The Vikara, the transformation, the modification or Karya is merely name. Vacharambha Padartha Vivaranam. It is not Punarukti, it is Vivaranam. What is Vacharambhanam? Namamatram. So Namadhayam means Namamatram, merely name, is an explanation of the expression Vacharambhanam. Therefore, it is not Punarukti, it is Vivaranam. This is the Siddhanta. On the next page, 213, footnote, Yatha Somyeti Nanu Mrudaha Jnanena Sarvasya Mrunmayasya Jnanam. Mrudaha Jnanena Sarvasya Mrunmayasya Jnanam. By knowledge of Mrud or the clay occurs the knowledge of everything which is the transformation of clay. Yatha Somya Ekena Mrutpindena Sarvam Mrunmayam Vijñātam Syāt. What it means is that by knowing the clay, all transformations of clay are as well known. Mrunmayanam Tattvajnanamiti Abhipretam. So what is meant by the knowledge of a part? By knowing the clay, when you say that you know the part, meaning that Tattvajnanam, what is the truth of the part is known. What's the reality of the part? What is the essence of the part? What is knowable in the part? What is reverential in the part? What is important in the part is known. What is worth knowing is known. So Mrunmayanam Tattvajnanam iti Abhipretam. Evam chet Tesham Tattvam Mrudayeva. So what happens is that part is Tattvam. What is the truth of the part? Mrut. So when you say Ekena Mrutpindena Sarvam Mrunmayam Vijñātam Syāt, but Mrunmayam means Mrut. If Mrut is Tattva Mrunmaya, then Jatha Somya Mruda Jnātena Mrud Jnātasya Jnātasyāt. So Tatha Mrud Jnānena Mrud Jnānam. You are claiming that this part is nothing but clay. You are saying that by knowing the clay, the part becomes known. Why? Because pot is nothing but clay. So then what does it mean? It means that by knowing the clay, clay becomes known. If pot is nothing but clay, if by knowing the pot, clay is known, by knowing the clay, pot is known, and if you say that pot is nothing but clay, that means by knowing the clay, clay is known. Ityartha evam sati abhede kasam janya janaka bhava iti. If pot is clay alone, then how can the clay be cause and how can pot be effect if pot also is clay? Iti chase. So this objection is raised and says na atra trutiyartha abhedah yatha somya ekena mrutpindena. This third case. So atra trutiyartha abhedah. Mrutpinda and Vikara both are Abheda, they are one. Abheda Siddha Vijñātam. So it is not the Mrut. By knowing the Mrut that you know the Mrut, you know the Abheda. So Ekena Mrutpindena, that's a that Tritiya is in the Abheda, meaning that you know the Abheda between Mrutpinda and Vikara. By knowing the Mrut, you know the Mrut means knowing the, you know the Abheda or the non-duality between the Mrut and the pot or Mrunmaya. Tatha cha Brahma Jnana Abhinnam Yat Tattato Jnanam Tadvisham. So Brahma Jnana Abhinnam Yat Tattatah Jnanam Tadvisham Siyatva Jnana Abhinna Jnana Visha Brahmakam Sarvam. What is Sarvam? Mrunmayam means in case of the Darstanta, Sat stands for the clay and the whole universe stands for the Vikara of the clay. Then tathacha then Brahma Jnana Abhinnam Yat Tattvatah Jnanam, that knowledge which is non-separate from knowledge of Brahman, Sviyatva Jnana Abhinna Jnana Vishaya Brahmakam, meaning that the knowledge of Brahman as one's own self, knowing Brahman as one's own self and the self of the whole universe, that is what is meant here by this example. Ataha na anupatti, therefore there is no untenability here. The next passage says, Yattu vivartavade mrutpinda mrunmaya drishtanta anupatti. Now Vedantins do not accept the Parinamavada, they accept the Vivartavada. Normally, example of Parinama is Mrit and Mritpinda. The clay and the pot is generally presented as an example of Parinama, transformation or modification. Whereas the rope and snake is presented as the example of Vivarta. So Shruti does not give example of rope and snake, Shruti gives example of the pot and clay and pot. Yattu Vivartavade. From that, how do you arrive at Vivarta? Because what Vedanta says, Abheda Jnanam, by knowing Brahman, you know the whole Jagat is non-separate from Brahman. Abheda Jnanam requires that all there is Brahman, everything else is also Brahman, nothing but appearance of Brahman. That is possible only when there is Advitiyatvam, non-duality of Brahman. So non-duality means what? Brahman has given rise to this universe without undergoing any change. Just as the rope has given rise to snake without undergoing any change, so also Brahman or Sat has given rise to this universe without undergoing any change. This is called Vivarta. So Mritpinda Mrunmaya Drishtanta Anupatti. Then Drishtanta, the illustration given by Shruti, is non-tenable, not in keeping with the reason. Tanna, that is not so. Parinamavadasya asambhavaduktikatvat. Vedanta says there is no such thing as parinama. There is no such thing as transformation. All there is only superimposition. Vivarta means what? Superimposition. Ghatadinamapi mrud vivartatvat. Even a pot also is a superimposition upon the clay and not a modification of clay. That's what the Vedantins say. Tathahi, to illustrate. Ghataha na mrud bhinnaha mrud ghataha anubhava virodhat. Ghataha na mrud bhinnaha. The pot is not separate from the clay because we say clay pot. So when you use the expression clay pot or mrud ghataha, it is very clear that the pot is not separate from clay. So ghataha not na mrud bhinnaha, the pot is not separate from clay. Remember one thing. Na pe abhinna, if pot is not separate from clay, do you mean that pot is one with clay? If not abhinna, if not bhinna, is it abhinna? Is pot then same as clay? Says no. Bhinna bhinna karya karatvat. Because clay performs one kind of function, pot performs a different kind of a function. Pot performs the function of filling the water, carrying the water, filling the water, and many such things. Therefore, you cannot say that pot and clay are identical. You can't say they are bhinna. Atyanta abhede ghato ghata hetivat samadhikaranya anupatte mrud ghataha. Mrud ghataha is samadhikaranya. But atyanta abhede, mrud is ghata, then ghato ghataha it would be, Mrud ghataha, if ghata is mrud or mrud is ghata, then ghato ghataha, that would be ridiculous. So you cannot say that Ghata is separate from clay, nor can you say Ghata is identical to clay, nor can na be bhinna bhinna. You cannot say this both separate and one, because ekasmin bheda bhedayoh virodha. Simultaneously, separatedness and non-separatedness cannot exist simultaneously because they are contradictory, they are mutually exclusive. Atah ghatah anirvachaniya. This is what we say about Rajju Sarpa. We say, is the Sarpa the same as Rajju? You cannot say that, because when the Rajju is, Sarpa is not. Is Sarpa separate from Rajju? You cannot say, because Sarpa cannot say without the Rajju. It is separate in the same, also cannot say that. So, sannapya sannapya ubhayatmikano, bhinnapya bhinnapya ubhayatmikano, sangapyananga ubhayatmikano, mahadbhuta anarvachaniya maya. That's what Viveka Chudamani said. Maya is anirvachaniya. Sannapya sannapya ubhayatmikano. You cannot say Maya is, you cannot say Maya is not, you cannot say that a snake is. If snake is, then even when you show the torchlight, the snake should remain. But snake does not remain, so you cannot say snake is. Nor can you say snake is not. Had snake not been there, it would not be perceived. Asachet na pratiyeta, sachet na badhyeta. You cannot say snake is or is and is not also, you cannot say that, because the two contradictory things cannot be in one location at the same time. Anirvachaniya. This is the definition of explanation of Anirvachaniya. You cannot categorize as Sat or Asat. Sadasadbhyam Anirvachaniyam. Neither Sat nor Asat. Sadasadbhyam Anirvachaniyam. That which cannot be categorized as Sat or Asat. So here the Vedanta proves that Ghata also is Anirvachaniya. What's the relation between the clay and pot? Anirvachaniya. That means Vivarta. So Ghata also is Brud Vivarta iti. Okay, I think this much we want to read. Now we can proceed with the next Khanda, page 214. Says Anandagiri, Yad Vijnanena Sarva Vijnanam Labhyate Tad Vijnanam Pratignatam Prakatikartum Prasamam Sarvasya Sanmatratvam Pratijanite. Yad Vijnanena Sarva Vijnanam Labhyate. Yad Vijnanena, by knowing which Sarva Vijnanam Labhyate, you know everything. Tad Vijnanam Pratignatam. The first Khanda, the teacher actually proposed that I am going to talk about that, knowing which everything becomes known. Yena ashrutam shrutam bhavati amatam matam avijnata vijnatamiti uda tamadesham aprakshya. So that is the pratigna. Pratigna is eka vijnanena sarva vijnanam. So yad vijnanena sarva vijnanam labhyate, by knowing which everything, you know everything. Tad vijnanam pratignatam. That was the pratigna proposition. Prakati kartum. Tad vijnanam prakati kartum. For clarifying, revealing, explaining what's that knowledge. What is it knowing which everything becomes known? Prasamam sarvasya sanmatratvam pratijanite. First of all, the Upanishad pratijanite again does the pratigna of how everything is Sat. If you go to the Abhinava Narayananandendra Saraswati Tika, then it says Karana Vijnanat Karya Vijnana Sambhavepi. Alright, by knowing the Upadana Karanam, it's true that you know the effects of that. Sad Vijnanat Katham Sarva Vijnanam iti ashankya. How can you say that knowing Sat, that by knowing the cause, upadana material cause, the effects are known. But how do you say that by knowing Sat everything is known? To establish Sat is the upadana karanam. Iti ashankya Satah sarva karanatvam vaktum. The Sat is the cause of everything. That's what Shruti wants to say. Sadeva ityadi Shruti pravutta. So what's the purpose of the Shruti? Sadeva Soumya idamagra asid. What's the purpose? To present Sat as the upadana karanam, material cause of everything. Tam Vyasaste. So let us read the passage here. Sadeva Soumya idamagra asid ekameva advitiyam तद्धैके आहुः असदेव इदमग्र आसीत् एकमेव द्वितीयं तस्मात् असतः सज्जायत. सदैव सौम्य idamagra asid. I think one of the most famous statements. So what's Anvaya? That's important here. Sadeva Soumya Idam Agra Asid. That Asid goes with what? Idam Asid. Idam Agre Sat Asid. That is not understood by people. That Anvaya of Asid goes with Idam. Idam Asid. All this showing the universe, this universe was. Hey Soumya, oh good looking one, this universe was. Agre, before its creation. Sat Asid, the universe before its creation was Sat or existence. Ekameva Dvityam, one without a second. So Ekameva Dvityam is the qualification of Sat. So what is in front of us is universe. So the teacher says to the student, because what is there is the universe. Showing the whole universe says, this universe before its creation was Sat, existence. So this Upanishad uses Sat. Somewhere Atmava idameka evagra asid. Sometimes you will Atma. So Atma means Chit. Sometimes Ananda, Anando, Brahmeti, Vijanat, sometimes Ananda. So Sat automatically means Chit, automatically means Ananda. That the Tikakaras will tell us. Asti, Bhati and Priyam are not three different things, they are one thing alone. They are the three different words which denote only one entity. So when the Upanishad uses the word Sat, it also means Chit, it also means Ananda. Satchidananda eva Soumya idamagra asid. Oh Soumya, good looking one, this universe before its creation was Satchidananda. What else was there? Nanyat kinchana mishat. Here it says Ekameva Dvitiyam, one without a second. Other statement is okay. That's a Purva Paksha. Taddeke ahu. Hey Soumya, oh good looking one. Some people say what they call Vinashikaha, the Shunyavadinaha, the nihilists they are translated. So they say that what was in this universe was non-existent in the beginning, non-existent, one without a second. How can non-existent be qualified as one without a second? But anyway, so that will be, this is presented for being refuted. So Bhashyakara says, Sadeva Saditi Astita Matram Vastu Sukshmam Nirvishesham Sarvagatam Ekam Niranjanam Niravayavam Vijnanam Yat Avagamyate Sarva Vedantebhyah. Sadeva, only Sat. To exclude anything other than Sat. Sadeva. This is only Sat and nothing else. Idam, this universe of name and form, was nothing but Sat. What is Sat? Asthita matram. It means purely existence. Asthita, existence. So both Anandagiri as well as Narayana, both of them explain this. So we'll see them one by one. Looking at Anandagiri. Sat Shabdasya Samanya Vishayatvam Vidasyati Saditi Asthita Matram. The Vaisheshikas and others say that Sat is the attribute of a thing. That a pot is, clay is, so that isness of Sat is the attribute of pot, Samanya. So no, we do not mean that. By Sat is meant Asthita Matram, not Samanya Visham, Samanya and Vishesha. So Vaisheshikas talk about Samanya. See, these explanations have all those things in the background. The Vaisheshikas, the Nayayikas, the Sankhyas, the Vainashikas, particularly these four fellows, they are in the background. So therefore, when Bhashyakara gives an explanation, it is in keeping in mind somebody. In this case, the Vaisheshikas, that are Vishesha and Samanya. So Sat is Samanya and everything is Vishesha, Adartha Vishesha. So San Ghataha, Sat is Samanya, Ghata is Vishesha. So we are not talking about that Samanya Sat, we are talking about pure existence. Asthita Matram Vastu, the reality, not something that is connected with the class or something like that. So there is the universal and there is the particular, not that. It is purely existence. It is Sukshmam Tasya Pasivyadibhya Vishesham Darshayati. This Sat is not gross like earth, etc. Sukshmam, very subtle. Akashadibhya Visheshamaha, distinguishing Sat from space and others, says here Nirvishesham. All the Akasha also is Vishishtata, it has a quality of sound, and Vayu has a quality of touch, etc. So all of these have Visheshas, means they all have qualifications, attributes. This is Nirvishesham, unqualified, attributeless. Antavishesha Bhavata Visheshamaha, not Sarvaga Nityam it should be. Antavishesha is what? Jayate, Asti, Vardate, Viparinamate, Apakshiyate, Vinashyate is Antyavishesha. To exclude Vinasha, it says Nityam. Nityam is what? Avinashi, eternal. So Sarvagatam can be said to be Nityam. Sarvagatam means what? Not limited in space. What is not limited in space also is not limited in time. What is not limited in time is Nityam or eternal. So that also you can say that it distinguishes Sat from everything else which is perishable. This is imperishable. Tasya Tatastham Vyavartayati. This Sat is not Tata. What is Tatastha? Tatastha is one that stands apart from everything. Say, God is Tatastha. Tatastha means what? Tate Tishtade. So when you are standing on the bank of a river, you are unconnected with the flow of the river. If God also is Tatastha, then God is one, universe is one, God is separate from the universe. Is Sat or the existence you are talking about, is it also like that? That Jagat is something and Sat is something else? It is no Ekam. It is one, and therefore is Sarvagatam, in fact, means it is all pervasive. It does not, it is all inclusive, does not exclude anything. Pratyak abhinnasya tasya samsayatvam varayati. If it is Ekam, that which is not different from the self, but self Atma is samsari. Says no, Niranjanam. Anjana is impure, it is immaculate, it is ever pure. There is no ignorance, no impurity of ignorance or samsara in that. Niskriyattvena tat kutastattvamaha niravayavam. It is niravayavam, partless, and therefore it is not an assembly, it is not a karyam, it is not an effect, it is not perishable, it is not changeable. Niskriyam, therefore it is free from any action or any vikara. Yathokta vastuni pramanamaha. Where did you know this? Yat avagamyate sarvedantebhyah. Bhashyakara says, I have said all of this because this is what we learn from all the Upanishads. Upanishads describe Sat or Brahman in this manner. Going to the next tika. So when we read two tika, some duplication, repetition is going to be there, but then we have a certain greed that we want to cover everything. Therefore, we have to be ready for some repetition. Tam vyachaste sadeva iti. So then the tikakara saditi bhukte satta jati vishishtam muktam iti brahmam varayati clarifies here. Sat means what? So whatever is, satta is a jati and vyakti, universal and particular. So the part is means part is qualified by being is. So satta is a jati and part is a vishesha. Sat, so this Sat or Brahman you are talking about also is satta jati vishishtam, is also possessed of the class or universality of Sat. Says no, astita matram, it is pure existence, unqualified existence. Dharma rupatvam varayati. Sat is not dharma, Sat is a vastu. Normally, when you say part is, isness becomes the attribute of part. When the part is, san ghata, the Sat or existence or isness becomes the attribute of part. Then is also attribute of, no, is vastu, is the truth, is the reality, is the very vastu. Is not dharma, but is vastu, is the very reality. Not an attribute of something. This Sat is not an attribute of something, it is a very thing. Asthita matratve hetuhu sukshmamiti. Sukshmat sukshmataram nityam. It is the subtler than the subtlest. Therefore, it is asthita matram, pure existence. Tasya satta samanya bhave hetuhu nirvishesham. So it is not a vishesha of something or doesn't have any vishesha, nirvishesham, unqualified existence. Tatreva hetvantaramaha ekamiti is one, there is no samanya, vishesha, jati, vyakti, etc. Sarvatra pratimanasya ekatvam upavadayati sarvagatam. All this universe is perceived, there is one truth that pervades everything. Karyatve sarvagatatva anupatidasakya aha nityam. This tikakara is nityam, which we don't see here. Karyatve sarvagatatva. So if Sat is karyam, if it is an effect or a product, it cannot be all pervasive. She says no, nityam. It is sarvagatam, all pervasive, in fact it should say. So sarvagatam. Anandagiri should have written nityam, and here they should have written sarvagatam, you know. So karyatve sarvagatato anupattihi. If like a part, you know, is karya. Clay is in all the parts, but part is not in all the clay, part is limited. So karya or effect is always limited in time and place. If Sat also is an effect, then limited in time and place. So it's just sarvagatam, is all pervasive, not limited by space, and therefore nityam, not limited by time. Tatra hetumaha. How come it is all pervasive? Niravayavam, partless. Again, this part which in effect is an assembly of number of parts. Number of particles of sand or particles of clay are assembled in a certain form, then it becomes a part. So whatever has parts is always limited. This Sat is what? Partless. Therefore not limited in space, therefore Sarvagatam, all pervasive. Karana sambandha abhadapi na karyatvam. See, this part is an effect because it is related to clay. Pot is connected to clay. Therefore pot is an effect because clay is the cause and what is related to cause is an effect. Is Sat related to anything? He says no. Niranjanam is ever pure, is immaculate and therefore has no connection with anything. Niravayattvadu pramanamaha. On what basis do you say all of this? Yat avagamyate sarvedantebhyah. All of this is known from Vedanta Upanishad, from all the Upanishads. This is what we understand. Nishkalam Nishkriyam ityadi Shrutahatra Pramanam. From Shvetashvatara Upanishad, Nishkalam, Nishkriyam Shantam, Nishkalam, partless, Nishkriyam, actionless, modificationless, changeless. So from this and other Shrutis we understand all of this. Meaning that we can take every word and trace it to some statement from Shruti. So Mundaka Upanishad also says, Yat adreksham, agrahyam, agotram, avarnam, achakshushrotram, tadapanipadam, nityam vibhum sarvagatam susukshmam. Nityam vibhum sarvagatam susukshmam. So this, what Bhashyakara says, can be traced to the various statements from the Upanishads. Then Bhashyakara says, Eva Shabdaha Avadharanarthaha Sad Eva, Sat alone, to emphasize that what is this universe was only Sat and nothing else. No such thing as Maya, nothing else was there, understand. This is a very important statement. The universe before its creation was nothing but Sat. Meaning that the universe is nothing other than Sat in it. There is nothing else. What else appears to be is nothing but a projection, an appearance. That's why Mithya. So from here comes the concept of Mithya. Vacharambhanam vikaramanamdeyam mrityaka ityeva satyam and sadeva satyam. So Mritya Sat is presented as Darstanta. So Eva Shabda Avadharanartha Sat Eva, not Sat and Maya, not Sat and something else, Sat Eva, only Sat. Then says Narayanananda, Jagataha Sadatmana Nirdharanam Nayuktam Utpattehe Purvam Karyasya Asatvadi Shankate. Now Vaisheshikas again and Nayayikas, they are called Asat Karyavadinah. So what do they say? As we said yesterday, what do Vaisheshikas say? That the karyam or the effect is not present in the material cause. So part is the effect. What is the material cause? Clay. They say that part was not existent in clay. A non-existent part has come into existence. This is called Arambhavadaha. Arama means the beginning or commencement of a part. The Sankhyas and Vedantins are Satkaryavadinah. They say that the effect is potentially present in the material cause. So taking the Vaisheshika Paksha, that the effect is not present in the cause, this question is asked here. So says Jagataha Sadatmana Nirdharanam Nayuktam. It is not right for the Upanishad To say that the Jagat was only Sat and nothing else. Sat is a material cause. To say that the Jagat was Sat is not right. Utpattehe purvam karya sasatvat. Because Vaisheshika say that the karya, the effect, is not existent before the creation. Therefore, the Jagat did not exist. So Jagat was Sat. Means that in Sat there is potential of Jagat. That's what it means. But Jagat was, the Karya is non-existent. So Jagat was non-existent at all. How do you say Jagat is Sat? So Sadeva, how do you emphasize that? How, So this is a determination. So emphasis is also determination. That this Jagat was nothing but Sat. So Kim Tat, so Bhashyakara asks this question, Kim Tat avadhriyate iti aha. Evakara avadharanartha. Evakara is for determination of something. So what is meant to be, what is thought to be determined? So that is replied here. Iti aha. Iti shankayam aha ityartha. So when the shanka is there, that the karya is not present in the upadana karanam, then that shanka is replied by the Upanishad as sat karyavada, that the karya is potentially present in the material cause. So Bhashyakara says, idam jagata nama rupa kriyavata vikrutam upalabhyate yattata sadeva asid iti asid shabdena sambadhyate. Idam asid. So asid is connected to idam. This was. What is this? Idam. What is evident to you? That is Jagat. What is Jagat? Nam rupa kriyavat vikrutam. Vikrutam is the transformation, modification, change. So this creation, this Jagat is a creation, number one. Is a vikara. So understand that Upanishad said, Vacharambram vikaro namadheyam. Whatever vikara is there, whatever transformation is there, is nothing more than name when it is mithya. So then it presupposes that Jagat is a vikara. Here, the Upanishad presupposes that Jagat is vikara. It is a well-known fact that Jagat is an effect. There are people who don't accept that, by the way. So something can't be proven. But we begin. So that is not proven. It is said here that Jagat says Nama Rupa Vikriyavat Upalabhyate Vikrutam Upalabhyate. So this Jagat, because its characteristics are those of the Karya. Karya means effect. Effect is Vikriyavat. Effect always is subject to change. And the Jagat is constantly changing. This name and form are superimposition. So Nama Rupa Kriya. Kriya means movement, action or movement. So everything has these three aspects: Nama, Rupa and Kriya. Name, form and movement, or action, or a purpose, or usefulness. Name, form and usefulness. So everything in the universe possesses these three things. Vikrutam, we find that it's a vikara. To connect with that Vacharambram, vikaro namadheyam. So this Jagat also is vikara. Upalabhyate. So what is perceived as possessed of the name, form and the movement or action. Yattat, this Jagat as such, Sadeva Asid. This Jagat was nothing but Sat or nothing but existence. Iti Asit Shabdena Sambadhyate. This word Idam is connected to the word Asid. So Tikakara says, Asatah Shasha Vishanadeva Utpatti Asambhavat Anavivyakta Vishesha Rupasya Karanatmana Sataheva नाम रूप विशेषण विशेष रूपेण उत्पत्तेः अंगीकार्यत्वात् कार्यस्य उत्पत्तेः पूर्वं सदात्मना अवधारणं युक्तमित्याह। असतः शशविषाणादेः एव उत्पत्ति असंभवात्। असतः is the fifth case, by the way, of asat. Asat means from asat. Shashavishanadehi, like Shashavishana, like the horn of a hare or horn of a rabbit, like a rabbit horn. From then non-existent. This rabbit horn. Rabbit is an existent entity, horn is an existent entity, but rabbit horn is a non-existent entity. So for non-existence you must combine two things, otherwise you can't talk of non-existence. So Vandhya Putra, Vandhya and Putra, together they become non-existent. Vandhya is existent, Putra also is existent, but Vandhya Putra is non-existent, you know. So Shasha Vishana, Shasha also is existent, the rabbit, Vishana the horn also is an existent entity, but Shasha Vishana, that compound means the non-existent thing. So from something that is not existent, like the horn of a rabbit, now you can't create anything. So you can't create a bow, you know. So Shasha Vishana, what is Dhanur Dhara? And so this fellow is wielding a bow made of the horn of a rabbit. It cannot be. Utpatti asambhavat anavyakta vishesha rupasya karanatmana sataheva namru vishesh rupena utpatte angikaryatvat. So what kind of utpatti that we explain, accept? Utpatti creation. What kind of creation accepted by us? Anavyakta vishesha rupasya. So all the visheshas are anabhivyakta. All visheshas are unmanifest. So utpatti is from unmanifest to the manifest. All the Vishay, Nam, Rupa, all of these Visheshas were unmanifest, and of them to come to manifestation is called Utpatti. For us, it is not non-existent coming into existence, it is unmanifest becoming manifest. So Karanatmana Sataheva Namaru Vishesha Rupena Utpasataheva. From existence alone, the Nama Rupa Vishesha Rupena. And so, what's the Vishesha Nama Rupa? So, name and form, which are all the qualifications, they were in a potential form and manifest, and they became manifest. That is the Utpatti. Utpattehe Angikaryatvat. So, this universe possesses name, form, and function. That's the Vishesha. That is his qualification, that is the attribute. Everything has an attribute of name, form, and action or usefulness. So all of that was potentially there, unmanifest became manifest. Karyasya utpattehe puram sadatmana avadharanam yuktam. That the Karya was present as Sat. Karya was not non-existent. The Jagat was not non-existent. The Jagat existed as Sat. So Sadeva, not as Sadeva, not Asat. So Evakara excludes Asat. So Anya Vyavrutti. So Evakara says it was not non-existent, it was existent. Says Tikakara, Yat Sat Tad Idamasid iti Anvaya Brahmam Nidhakartum. Yat Sat Tad Idamasid. What was Sat is now this Jagat. That is not the Anvaya. The Jagat was Sat. So sometimes, because the words are so placed here that you can get confused. Sadeva Sumi Idamagra Asid. So Sat Asid. It is possible to connect the word Asid with Sat. And so, Yat Sat Tad Idam Asit. The Sat was this, that also you can say. Iti Anvaya Brahmam Nirakartam. To avoid that possibility of this delusion, Sadeva Yatra Asit Shabdena vyavahitena anvayamaha. So idam sadeva asit, this was sat, and so that is how the idam and asit are connected there. Upalabhyate yattat sadeva asit, all of that was sat eva. Then Tika says Jagadasti Devam Pratite Idanim Sadatmatvam Siddham. Jagat, everybody sees the world as existing, the universe is, Jagat is, Jagadasti Iti Evam Pratite. Very evident to us that the universe is. Idanim Sadatmatvam Siddham. So nobody has any question that the universe is, and therefore universe as existence as an Atma is not questioned, is evident. No Upadeshtavyam. So that is not to be taught. Iti Shankade. So what are you telling us? Everybody knows universe is. That doesn't need to be taught. So what is evident to us doesn't have to be taught by the scriptures. And so says Kada, Bhashyakara says Kada Sadeva Idamasid Ityuchyate. Kada Sadeva Asid. When was this universe Sat? When was it? So answer says, Agre Jagataha Prag Utpattehe. Means Jagataha Utpattehe Prag. That's how it should be. Jagataha Utpattehe Prag. Before the creation of the universe, this universe was only Sat and nothing else. So Agre, it was a Sat before its creation. So when you say was, then the question is, then is it not? So Visheshana Anusarena Shankate. So it is said that the universe was Sat. Visheshana is a qualification. It was Sat. So says the Tikakara, Tarhi Idanim Sadatmakatvam Nasyat Agreti Visheshanat. The universe was Sat before its creation. Does it mean that it is not Sat anymore? When you say that this was Sat before its creation, does it mean that it is not Sat anymore? Why should you say this was Sat? Why should you use the word was? That is to exclude something that is not now Sat. Visheshanasya swa asambandinah sakashat vyavartakatvat. What is Visheshana? What is an attribute? It distinguishes something from something else other than where the Visheshana is not present. So when you say, for example, that this is the red part, let us say, then red distinguishes this part from something that is not red. If there are several parts, one is a red part, there is a blue part, there is a yellow part, then you say this is red part. So what does the word red? Red is what? Visheshanam, is attribute. What does it do? It distinguishes this part from parts which are not red. So swa asambandinah sakashat vyavartanam. So red, word red distinguishes this part from others which are not red. Similarly, Sat should distinguish, Agre should distinguish, Agre is Visheshanam, should distinguish it from something is not Agre. So it was existence before. The word before should distinguish it from something which is not before, meaning that it is not now. So this universe was Sat before. That should imply that it is not Sat now. Otherwise, should it say before? You know, I used to be so and so. People say I was Shankaracharya, I was, means I am not now. When you say was, means I am not now. Otherwise, should you say was? The one who is already Shankaracharya doesn't say I was. Why should that example come to my mind? I don't know. I should, excuse. But then, here, The thing is, so was. So this is, you do not use this was etc. unless it distinguishes. It distinguishes it from what is not was. Meaning that you say it was Sat, does it mean is it not Sat now? So that question arises. So the page 215 Bhashyakara says, Kim na idanim idam sata yena agre asid iti visheshyate. Kim idanim idam na sat. When you say it was Sat before its creation, does it mean it is not Sat now? That the Upanishad had to say that agre asid visheshyate. Why did Upanishad have to use the word before? That the universe was existence before. Does it mean that the universe doesn't have existence now? The word before, is it used to distinguish from now, different from before? So says Anandagiri, Vartaman dashayam asatvam jagatah nasti. Are you saying that the world is not existent now? He says, no. Vartaman dashayam asatvam jagatah nasti. We are not saying that Jagat is non-existent now. So Bhashyakara says, na. Bhashyakara says, no. It is not that right now it is not non-existent. So says Anandagiri, sada sattva avisheshe visheshanam na nirvahati iti shankate. Sada sattva visheshe, if universe was Sat before and universe is Sat now, sada. So if without any distinction the universe is existence, was existent before and existent now, then why do you say before? So sometimes some people use this kind of expressions without sometimes in understanding what it means. So I always used to eat 4 chapatis. So what are you eating now? 4 chapatis. So if you are eating now 4 chapatis, you don't say I used to eat 4 chapatis. And so sometimes people use this tense etc. without understanding what they mean. So Upanishad says the universe was existent then. And it is existent. He says, no, we don't mean it is not existent now. If it was existent before, existent now, then where is it was existent before? Visheshanam na nirvahati. It does not justify the use of this word before, if it is existence now also. So, says Bhashyakara, katham tarhi Visheshanam. Katham dari Visheshanam. Then why do you say before? If it is existence now also, then why do you use the word before? So Anandagiri raises these questions. Kim Visheshana Samarthyat Idanim Asatvam Jagatah Chodyate Kim va Visheshanasya Arthavatvam Pruchyate. When you say then what? So what do you want to understand? Why did the Upanishad use the word before? So are you saying that use the Upanishad use the word before to imply that it is not existent now? Is that a question? Or you want to understand why the word before used? Upanishad has used the word before without excluding the existence now. It is not that the universe is not existent now, and still it says before its creation of name and form it was existence. So it is not to exclude existence now that the word before is used, it is to imply something else, to incriminate something else. So Visheshanasya Arthavatvam Pruchyate. What's the purpose of that Visheshanam before? So, Tatradyam Dushayati. It is not that before means that it is not existent now. Idanim, Bhashyakara says, इदानीमपि इदं सदैव किन्तु नामरूप विशेषणवत् इदं शब्द बुद्धि विषयं च इति इदं च भवति। इदानीमपि idam sadeva. It's too close and there is a blowout sound. If it is too close, then blowout sound. Therefore, there should be some distance so it doesn't touch. Idanimapi idam sadeva. Says no. Now also idam sadeva. This universe is indeed existent. Kintu, then what? Nama rupa visheshanavata. The only thing is that now the universe possesses not only Sat but also possesses attributes such as name and form. Idam shabda buddhi vishayam chaiti. So the universe is Sat, alright. Sat vishayam, the universe is. At the same time, universe also is idam. That idanta. Thisness has come to universe. Before the creation, universe could not be denoted as idam, this. But after creation, universe is idam, has become this. Why? Because it is possessed of this nama, rupa, visheshanavata. Because now it possesses visheshana or attributes of name and form. Idam buddhi vishayam, shabda buddhi vishayam. Idam shabda and idam buddhi. The word this and the concept this. A word creates a concept. Idam means this. So the word this is a word and automatically it creates a buddhi, means a concept, an idea. So now the universe is of course Sat, but over and above Sat, universe also is idam, is this. So the thisness has come to universe. That's what the creation has done. So before creation, universe could not be denoted as this. After creation, universe is denoted as this. Because Bheda, the duality is created. What duality? Subject-object duality. This is an object and one who says this is a subject. Subject-object duality. Now the universe has subject-object duality. Therefore this, idam and aham, that kind of subject-object duality has come, which was not there before, and therefore it says that all of this subject-object duality was not there. What is meant is that before its creation, this name and form and this division was not there. So, if you say this is existence, if the teacher says this is existence, it would be difficult to understand this. Because existence and so many other things are also there. Existence is there and name and form also is there and subject-object duality also is there. Therefore, existence is as though mixed up with many other things, and so it would be difficult to understand that this is only existence. So what the teacher wants to convey is that this is only existence even now. To convey that, teacher says this was pure existence before the name and form came into manifestation. प्रत्यक्ष विरोधात न वर्तमान अवस्थायाम जगत सत्व सिद्धि. प्रत्यक्ष विरोधात, you perceive the jagat to be there, so nobody can say jagat is not there. So Vedantin does not say the universe is not, doesn't say that. Then what's the purpose? Kintu, then what does the universe, Upanishad mean? Yat chedam vartamanam jagat nama rupa visheshanavat alakshade तद इदम शब्दस्य तद बुद्धेश्च विषय भावेन स्थितं भवति इति कृत्वा idanim iti api vyavahriyate. Idanim krutva idam idanim ityapi vyavahriyate. So yachedam vartamanam jagat, this universe that is existent and evident to us. Nam rupa visheshanavat alakshate, we perceive that as possessed of the names and forms. Tad idam shabdasya tad buddhescha vishay bhavena sthitam bhavati. Therefore the jagat now obtains as denoted as idam, this. So now the universe stands as the object of the word idam and the concept of the word idam. Iti krutva, with that in mind, idam ityapi vyavahriyate. तदेव तो अग्रे प्रागुत्पत्तेः सच शब्द तद्बुद्धिश्चेति एतावन्मात्र गम्यमेव. So right now the jagat has sat buddhi also, but idam buddhi also is there. But before its creation, the idanta was not there, the name and form was not there, the subject object duality was not there. Then there was nobody to say jagat. So jagat at that time was devoid of the idea of idamness. Jagat that time was devoid of the idea of thisness. What is creation? Jagat has become this. What was it before creation? I devoid of thisness. What makes it this? This nama rupa. So names and forms creates the idea of this in the jagat. Before its creation, that was not there. Tadeva tu agre pragutpatte. Agre means pragutpatte, before the creation. Sachabda tad buddhischayati etavan matra gamyameva. At that time, it only was sat. It could only refer to by the word sat and the concept of sat. That's all. That's how the jagat was before its creation. Natu idam shabdasya tad buddhescha vishayo bhavati. At that time, the jagat was not the object of the word idam and the concept idam. The word this and the thisness was not there. The jagat is thisness. Before its creation, thisness was not there. That is what is meant by agre. Iti agre sadevadamyas iti avadharyate. With that in mind, Upanishad says that before its creation, it was sat, not idam. The idamness, thisness was not there. Therefore, the qualification of name and form was not there. It was purely sat. Means what? Whatever is other than sat is not really there. So, tasmad visheshanam idam shabda buddhi vyavrutti apeksham. Therefore, that agre, visheshanam is meant to exclude the idea of idam. So, idamness was not there, thisness was not there, objectiveness was not there. It is name and form that gives it objectiveness, that was not there. Name and form is not there. Unqualified existence, that's all. So, all qualifications came from nothing. Understand that if this name and form and qualifications were not there before its creation, then where did it come from? So Vedantin says they have not come from. Then we see it. You see what is not there. So there are different ways of explaining it. But then this is merely an appearance and not a reality. That's how the idea of, unless the duality is mithya, the non-duality cannot be real. So you can see where the idea of mithyatvam comes from here. It is not a product of Shankaracharya's mind. Mithyavadi and Mayavadi. This has origin here. And this statement cannot be explained unless the Nama Rupa is not existent. So therefore, Adhyaropa, Adhisthana Sambandha, it's all unique. All this stuff did not exist. I don't know if it existed before that or not, but then this idea of Adhisthana and Adhyaropa, that in Adhisthana and substratum, the Adhyaropa is never there at all the periods of time. The snake has no existence in the rope at any time. The snake, before its creation, was purely rope. Meaning that, so, asarva bhutam rajvam sarparopaha. In Rajju, there is no snakeness at all. So where did the snakeness come from? It's nothing but Adhyaropa, superimposition. It's purely a projection. That's how, that's the only way non-duality can be explained, otherwise you cannot. You give any reality to the universe, non-duality, ekameva advitiyam is a very important thing for Vedantin. Ekameva advitiyam is very important. And that would be, that would not be if the Jagat had any reality at all. Then you would explain Ekama in some different ways, they explain it. Everybody, Diwalis also explain Advitiyam, everybody explains the same things in their own way, you know. Same sentence is explained by the Vishishta Dvaitins and by the Dvaitins and by everybody. But then you have to twist it and turn it and manipulate it. But take the simple meaning Ekameva Dvitiyam, one without a second, then it means that second was not there. Meaning the second is just a projection. Prakkani jagateti aviruddham. If you read the other Tika, Karyasyapi upadana vyatirekena swatantrena sattva anupattehe. Karya, the effect, does not exist independent of the material cause. Kalatrepi sadatmanaeva atmatattvam. Therefore, at all the times, atmatattva was sadatmanaeva as only existence. Iniparetina. The different way of explaining. Tari visheshanasya kagati iti ashankya. Tasya agre sat iti sat shabdena anvaya. Ini idanim sadatmatvam na syat. Kintu eva karathena idam shabda buddhi vishayatva pratishedena anvaya. Agre sat is not anvaya, but as Anandagiri explained, the idea is to eliminate or exclude the idea of idam shabda and buddhi. Tatascha agre idam shabda buddhi vishayatvam nasti means that in the beginning, before creation, the universe was there, but devoid of the idea of idam. Before creation also, the universe very much existed. How did it exist? Without the devoid of the idea of idam. That's how it existed. So from this universe, remove the idamness. In what remains is truth, that's all. To remove idamness, the ahamness also has to be removed, understand? The object cannot be removed and the subject also is removed. So remove subject-object duality from the universe and what remains is truth. That's why both have to be dropped. The Nisheda is there, so Upanishad asks us to drop this, neti. Give up the subject-object duality. What remains is the truth. Idanim tu idam shabda buddhi vishatam asti iti siddhyate iti pariharati. Idanim tu idam shabda buddhi vishatam api asti iti. So now Sat buddhi also is there and idam buddhi also is there. That's the difference between before and now. किंतु इदम च भवति अन्वयः सच्च भवति इदम च भवति इदानीमपि सदात्मकत्वेपि इदन्तत्वम् इदन्तं च भवति. Right now also sat is there and idam thisness also is there. उभयत्र च शब्दः no before that idantvatve hetumah. Why is it called? Why is the jagat create the idea of idam? Because nama rupa visheshanavat because now it is possessed of the Visheshanas, the qualifications of name and form. Nam Rupa Visheshavatvat Idam Shabda Buddhi Vishayatvam, because now the universe has its names and forms, therefore it becomes the object of the idea of Idam, this. Tatascha Idatvam cha bhavati, therefore now Sadatmatvam bhavati, Idam Tattvam cha bhavati. That is Sat also and Idam also. That's the difference now and before. Ubhayatra Cha Shabda, no, that's all now. Cha Shabda Sadatmatva Samuchayataha. So it is Idam as well as Sat. So the simple explanation is that why does the Upanishad say agree? That now the universe is the same, now and before. What's the difference? Difference is same and different in what way? That for now it has the idea of Sat is also there. That part is, the Jagat is, at the same time the part possesses name and form. Formerly it was just clay, did not have any partness at all, and now it is clay is there plus part also is there. Formerly only Sat was there, now Sat also is there and the name and form are also there. Therefore the Upanishad employed the word agre before to say that name and form are mithya, they are just projection, they are no reality at all, there is no substance. And so in the part also the name and form has no substance, only clay is a substance. So in the Jagat also the name and form, all Visheshanas, all duality have no substance, only Sat is a substance. To convey that, the qualification, the word agre is used by the Upanishad. Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmedi Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Guru